Hey guys, you know, with the fact that a lot of fan conventions and not official conventions and stuff are either being postponed till later in the year or canceled until next year, the question is, if something like this was to arise again, which it won't, by the grace of God, it will not. How do you think a lot of conventions like let's say TF Con, which is a fan-based convention out of Florida, or Babs Con, which is a convention here in the Bay Area in California. TFCon, which is of course short for Transformers Con, is a fan convention in Florida, mostly around the Miami area, I think. And BabsCon, which is short for Bay Area Brony Spectacular, or would have been known as BabsCon and Beyond this year. Do you think a lot of these conventions, in my opinion, should take an alternative approach if something, again, which it won't, by the grace of God, it won't, but if something like this was to happen again? Do you think they should take alternative measures or come up with an alternative backup plan? Honestly, in my opinion, I think they should. I think they should come up with an alternative backup plan. Here's what I mean. One thing I've noticed on Twitter and various other social sites is people are going, you go on Facebook, you read about this, you click on it, and it takes you to the place. Hopefully it's not a trick, if you know what I mean. But usually, you have like InsideTheMagic.net over the past few days has talked about, oh, you click on here, you go take a virtual tour of Animal Kingdom, or you take a virtual ride on Space Mountain or something like that. I've noticed a lot of places are doing this to kind of give people, even though they're at home, an experience of what they would see in person. And one of the things I did notice online over the past week or so was something called HomeCon. And I think this is something done by the MLP fan base, maybe along with other fan bases, that allow people to be able to attend a convention, centered around their favorite franchise or franchises, and be able to interact through a Discord server, video chat, Skype, whatever you want to call it, kind of way. So at least it makes them feel like, hey, we're part of something. So the question is, when you take a look at something like Bay Area Brony Spectacular, BabsCon, or TFCon, Transformers Con, and other things like Winnie City, HasCon, which I don't know if that happens this year or not. Another, local or somewhat national or well-renowned conventions, fan base, or semi-official, if not official. Do you think they should go that route of, hey, we have the internet, we have Discord servers, we have things like Skype and FaceTime and all that? Do you think maybe that should be the next step? Like that should be the alternative in case, again, something like this, by the grace of God, it won't. But if something like this again was to take place or was to occur, do you think maybe that should be an alternative? And honestly, my opinion, I think it can be. Because you take a look at the fact that you have a lot of schools across the nation, here in California, New York, Texas, you name it, that are basically trying to get their kids to go back to school. They don't want the kids to go without finishing the school year in some capacity. Like some will say, okay, you know what, the school year is going to end in a month or so. Let's just pass all of you, and you get a second chance, next year in your new grade that you're going to be in, that you miraculously got to, especially if, let's say, that student's not doing so well as he or she should. But anyway, like I said, you have a lot of school districts across the country that are going in the route, even universities, they're going the route of doing this, to where kids will go online face to face with their teachers or professors, and they will finish their education for the year, maybe even have a chance to graduate, even if it's virtual. So again, the question is asked: is that a possibility for conventions? And I think honestly it can be. I think if organized correctly, done correctly, it could be something that they could look into. That's something that they could actually explore and have fun with. I think it could be something that they would love to do. Ooh, because again, by the grace of God, something like this will not happen again. But if something was to happen but if something was to happen again, like I said, by the grace of God, it won't. I believe this could be an alternative. I think BabsCon could continue, or could still continue and move along as scheduled, but they would just be doing it by virtual, computer and all that. Like, anybody that's attending or was scheduled to attend as a get, just as a guest to meet and greet, go to certain, panels and all that. Best solution, give them a code to get in, and then they become part of that Skype or that FaceTime group of audience, if you will, that was going to originally be, at the convention to do Q&A or hear stories from the cast and crew of a show or the writers and staff behind a comic. So I think honestly, yeah. I think again, honestly, I think this would be the next best thing. Especially again, if something like this, and by the grace of God, I know I said it a lot, odd, but it is indeed true. By the grace of God, this ain't gonna happen again. This kind of a situation. But if it was, this could be something that would be an option, and I think a very good option. You could give those that bought tickets, bought passes, and all that. You can give them, like I said, you can give them code words and all that only they can utilize to get in, as if they were really attending the thing in person. So I think, yeah. So I truly believe, I think and believe, yeah, something like this could be a great alternative. That this could be the next step for conventions. A lot of people talk about, like I said earlier, a lot of people talk about, digital is the next thing over digital and streaming and all that is the next thing. It's going to be the next thing that puts physical media like comics and all that out to pasture, which it won't, because that'll be years from now if it does, and I mean many years. But this here could be something that could really help not put conventions, physical in-person conventions, out to pasture, but could be something that helps elevate them, make them better than ever, especially if things are beyond people's controls that would cause the conventions existence for that year to be in doubt. So, but I think honestly something like this could work. I think if something like this was implemented, if something like this had been implemented today, this year, or long ago, I think conventions like BabsCon and TFCon, I think they would have gone on without a hitch, but it would just be the fact that those that would have been attending or would have been guests of honor or guest panelists would be doing it in the comfort of their own home. And again, maybe with a code or a password given to the attendees, that's how they attend. So, but I think honestly, yeah, I think going online, doing basically a virtual kind of situation, face to face kind of thing, I think could really work. Because again, you take a look at the fact that school's going to be doing that now. Try to help the students finish the school year, whether it's public schools or universities or small colleges. I think this could be something else. I think this could be something that would work in that favor as well. So if done correctly. So, I don't know what that was. I do apologize. But yeah, I think honestly something like this could work. I think honestly something like this could work, and it could definitely be something beneficial. I really do. So, but yeah, I mean, again, you take a look at the fact that a lot of schools, universities, colleges are going in that direction. Why not conventions? And again, just in case something happens that's beyond our control, that either possibly threatens a cancellation or postponement, but you don't want to do any of those, you want to keep it the way it is, there you go. So, but that's really just about all I'm going to say on that, though. But what do you guys think? Do you think that could be an option? Let me know down below. Talk to you later.